The Florida rental market prices have went up like crazy within the last 4 years, making it hard for anyone to really afford because rent is high, gas is high, grocery is high, and also being able to afford a home is out of a lot of people's reach. In this video, we're going to go over the different areas that may be more affordable for you to rent if you're thinking about relocating here to the Sunshine State. Or you may just be thinking about selling your home and utilizing your equity to pay off some debt or whatnot, and you just need a place to stay. So I want you to see the different markets and see the elevated levels and prices in the rent. So hit that like and subscribe button below, and let's get right into it. So the question is, why is the rent so dang high here in Florida? It's crazy to me, and I want to just keep it real with you guys. That's what the transparency this channel is about. I want to keep it real. Somebody got to be honest with you guys. All this fakeness and scamming and stuff that's going on social media, people giving you false information. I just want to be real with you all, if you don't mind. But me and my wife actually lived through this crazy, dramatic price increase in rent. When we was purchasing our home, we was in an apartment complex, and during the time that the bubble burst and the price went up drastically, we was paying around $1,700. And when it was time to renew our lease, because the house wasn't done, our rent went from $1,700 to $2,500, an $800 difference. An $800 difference. Now, if you haven't watched my last video one of the other videos I talked about the income. People's income didn't increase, but everything else have increased. And that's an $800 difference. So if you couldn't afford where you were staying at the time, and then all of a sudden you get an $800 increase in your rent, what are people doing? What can you do? There was a situation where we was living at. I remember talking to the people at front desk. There was an older couple that had a 3-bedroom apartment that was there for years. And when that increase happened, their increase jacked all the way up to $1,000. Went up $1,000. $1,000, an older couple. They didn't have no place to stay. They have to move out. I don't know what happened after that, but it was sad. And the crazy thing was the front desk lady was telling me that a lot of people was going through that same situation about 4 years ago with this crazy increase in rental prices everywhere here in Florida. And it wasn't just going up $50, $100. It was going up drastically. And it did make sense, man. And so I asked some questions. One of the questions was at the time was, even when prices of the homes were skyrocketing, they're saying that maintenance costs was going up, like for Freon to fix stuff in an apartment complex. They had expensive that went up too, along with, building a house and gas. With all that stuff going up, apartment complex was going up too as well. But also landlords were being greedy too. I feel like they seen a opportunity to maximize their income, and to put money in their pocket. So they were jacking up rent, even from renting houses to renting apartments. The prices were going up. It's crazy. And it didn't really make sense. So I got this video here I want to play for you guys so we can go over from, I think, PBS News. So let me go ahead and bring this over here real quick. And let's play this bad boy.
Now we'll look at rising rental prices and the struggle to find affordable housing. Stephanie Sy has the story.
Rental prices are unaffordable for a record number of Americans, with half of all renters paying more than 30% of their income on rent and utilities.
Let me pause there real quick. So, question is, are you paying, so now with this area, all the rent is higher, are you paying more than 30%, 40%, 50% on your rent right now? I want you to just calculate that, see where you're at. Because this video is about American renters are paying more than 30% of their income.
That's according to a new report from Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies that examined 2022 census data. We reached out to renters across the country to hear how these soaring prices are impacting their lives.
So my name's Captain Han, and I am almost 46 years old. I live outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I am probably paying about 2/3 of my income, my monthly income in rent.
My name is Dwayne Fasais. I am 62 years old and I live in Tucson, Arizona. My rent is about 75% of my income.
So my name is
75%.
Tisha Ford. I live in Caldwell, Idaho. I am 35, almost 36. For percentage of my income on rent, I spend about roughly 42% between rent and utilities.
My name is Jade Galecki. I'm 26 years old in Charleston, South Carolina. I estimate that I spend about 60% of my monthly income on rent and utilities.
My name is Dennis Slade.
The older
I'm
person,
34
she's 60.
City, Florida. Your rent is, taking up a third or more of your budget. The first thing that you have to get rid of is your...
We take those opportunities.
Hold on, let me pause this. Let's rewind this real quick. How the heck I go so far? Man, I wanted to see this doggone sign that I just seen just a second ago. How the heck did I go so far? Right there. My bad. So look at this right here. This is crazy. A 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Let's say 18, well, it includes utilities. I guess that's a good thing that includes the utilities, but a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, $1,800? $1,800 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. That's crazy. Now it includes utilities. That's a good thing. But dog, that's still high for a 1-bedroom.
You have to get rid of is your entertainment budget. You have to get rid of things that give us, I guess, relief.
In 1 year, I had a $300 price hike. And then just this last year, it was a $700 price hike. If it keeps going up, we're going to have to reevaluate a lot of things. We're going to have to reevaluate family members being to have their own space.
The only option that'd be cheaper really is a trailer. You get a double wide trailer for between $600 and $700.
He's probably living on fixed income.
It's still more than...
He's probably on fixed income. He's probably been living at the location for years. And like I mentioned to you earlier, my last location where we stayed at, there was one up $1,000. He's probably been staying there for years, and they come to him talking about his rent went drastically up, and he's on a fixed income. What can he do?
Half of my income. It's less than 75%.
In order to make up for the additional cost of rent, we do have to every once in a while go to food pantries to even subsidize our grocery budget, which is abysmal at this point.
At the end of the day, when you're paying that much, you really can only afford food, your utilities, your living, your rent, and then obviously gas and stuff like that. And that's it.
I can't see myself going without having a roommate. In my current situation, I actually live with a couple who's no longer a couple anymore.
Wow.
But we cannot afford to live elsewhere. So we have 3 people in a 2-bedroom. 2 of whom are no longer in a relationship and sharing a room because of how hard it is to find housing.
It's nerve-wracking. There's no real way to prepare for it, especially if you're going to be low. And there are times when I have to think about, in the next couple of days, do I need food for me or for the pets more?
There are times when money is so tight that we'll all go out as a family and do DoorDash together. So, it's embarrassing. It's not fun, especially since I have a professional job and things like that. And, I have an MBA and I'm out delivering DoorDash on the side. And so my kids, they're aware of the financial pressures, but at the same time, it's like we take those opportunities to spend time together as a family.
I think I'm going to be running my whole entire life. And that's, it's really sad because I make a good living. I'm
American dream is the
road American, and I should be able to buy a house.
It is a constant hamster wheel of working just to go to sleep at night somewhere. And it's hard.
And joining me now.
Man, do you hear these stories that we just listened to on this video here? This is oh my God, this is crazy. This is life right now, man. It's sad to say, I have kids myself, and I have a son that he needed to find him an apartment, and him and his fiance and son, they just found them a 2-bedroom for like $2,200. They was and the sad thing is they found another location that they was going to stay at. They had to move out the first day because there was mold. You have these apartment complex and landlords that they're trying to get you to spend all this money, but they don't take care of the property. The place had mold and you have kids. And here in Florida, I heard so many stories of people that's renting apartments that have mold issues. But you want all this money in rent. Like the lady just said earlier, it comes to the situation now like that like you're back in college now. If you got a 3-bedroom, you need 3 people for you to be able to live comfortably and live in a nice area, a nice apartment, to manage your day-to-day life and also be able to save money, travel, do whatever you want to do. You're going to need multiple people to live with you now. And that's what that's what it's looking like, because the income is not there. The gas prices is high. The groceries are high. The utilities is high majority of the time during the year. It makes it hard for you to figure out what you need to do in your life, because the one thing to move forward in life, you need a place to stay, and rent is so out of reach for a lot of people. It makes it hard for you to sit down and gather, like, what do you need to do to get to the next level when, and the reason I like this video is because it just wasn't just, I'm in Florida, it was everywhere that everybody's having these issues in different states and different areas. So it's just not Florida that's hit like this, it's everywhere. Everybody's having issues like this. So let's go over, I got another slide I want to pull up here. This basic slide is going to go over the Florida rental market here. So I got the Florida rental market here pulled up. So as you can see, the median rent here in Florida, the median, you guys, you're looking at $2,500 a month. The median, $2,500 a month. We're going to go over to show you, so I can show you where them areas are at that's exceeding that $2,500 a month. It's crazy when we start looking at numbers. And it's saying we're roughly, I'm saying about 80,000 available rental properties. And the reason I say that, because during these last 4 years, what I have been seeing, a lot of developers are building apartment complex because there's so many people moving to Florida. There is a shortage in homes, which we've been had that for a while anyway. But they've been building apartment complexes like everywhere, like left and right, just to accommodate the people that's looking for a place to stay. But we talk about rent is still expensive at the end of the day. So let's scroll down here. Let's go through these numbers real quick, because I find it very interesting. As of July, from year to year, it looked like we went, let's go. I don't know why I was doing it like that. So we're in July. So 2024, you're looking at $2,500. Last year, $2,600. Looking at a $100 difference in the median price here in Florida. The median price here in Florida. That's crazy as I don't know what. So in January, let me go back to January, same thing. In December of 2023, you're looking at $2,500. $2,500 for median. So in a video I mentioned earlier, the average mortgage cost is around $2,900 to purchase a home. $2,900. But there's a lot of factors in that. The price point of the house determines that mortgage. But just like $2,500 to rent, $2,829 to own. Let's think about that. Can you make that work? Comment below if you can make that work, and also comment below. Let me know where you at. If you're renting right now, what percentage of your income are you paying just to live? 30%, 40%, 50%. What does that look like? And also in the comments below, put down there exactly how much are you paying a month to as well. I'm curious to know, and what the areas you at. So the next slide I want to go through is, and I think I'm done with this slide here. I just basically wanted to get, because this is from Zillow, 2,500. So I want to get a reputable site to get this information from. The next one I'm gonna go to, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna basically go over. We're basically gonna go over the state and the different metro areas of what the rental prices actually look like. That's what we're about to go over next. So hold on, let me pull it up right now. So let's go here. So I pull up the metro area here. I have the metro area pulled up. So as you can see, we're going to start off here because I'm in Central Florida. Central Florida, you're looking at Basically, $2,100 is the average rent price here. And this is a big area because you have Orlando, Kissimmee, and Sanford. And technically, any one of them areas, them prices could go up or go down. But I just did the metro, a larger area, because I know a lot of people moving to Central Florida. So another area that we can go over and look, first let me get rid of that, is Tampa. Tampa's a little bit more expensive. Tampa, you're looking at $2,100 average rent. $2,100. And Tampa's expensive. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, that area is expensive. So let's go down south a little bit. I used to work down here, Sarasota and Bradenton. $2,400. $2,400 is the average rent here in Sarasota area. And if you go down a little bit more, let's hit Naples. I'm hitting some of the key spots a lot of people like to go to and travel or whatnot. Naples, $2,900 for average rent. Almost basically $3,000 for average rent. This is renting $3,000. And if we come over here to Point St. Lucie, I'm really surprised the rent is so expensive there because a couple of years ago, I was selling homes in that area because there's like one of the most affordable locations really in the state, kind of, at that time. You know, it did skyrocket too, but you're looking at $2,400 a month. Vero Beach, $2,500 a month. You come now, Miami, crazy. This is just broad how this is. If I do by county, let me see if I can pull that up. If I do by county in Florida and Miami area, so you got Broward County, looking at $2,800 a month, $2,900. Palm Beach, you're looking at $2,800 a month. Let me scroll down to Miami-Dade. Now we're at Miami-Dade, $2,700 a month. And Monroe, what is this? Basically $3,700 a month rent. This is crazy, you guys. How expensive it is to live in Florida just to rent. We're not even owning anything. This is just rent. And let me scroll back up here again to when I talked about earlier, Central Florida. Now, Polk County, you're looking at around $1,900, $2,000. Osceola, we went a little bit more in depth because I did the county compared to the metro area. Osceola, which is Kissimmee, Poinciana, looking at $2,100. Orange County, looking at about $2,100. And then Seminole County, it's about $2,100. This is very expensive, man. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a video on that, you guys. It's talking about the level of jobs here in Florida. Does it require for you to have a degree or a trade or whatnot to manage to afford these rental prices on your own? You know, I think that's the number one thing at the end of the day. You know, and I talked about this before. We have all this increase everywhere, but the jobs are not paying no money, no increase anywhere for you to be able to afford any of this. It takes you to live with people, probably people you don't even know, or go on a site to be like, I'm looking for a roommate, or people renting out their rooms for you to live and survive right now. It's sad because a lot of people out here struggling, living check to check, day to day, trying to figure out where they need to live. And a lot of people have kids and they don't have a place to live to as well. And you have these high rental prices, and not to mention, by being a real estate agent, it's also hard to even afford a home right now with the rates and the skyrocket in the home prices. You have two things that's expensive. You have rent that's high, and you also have purchasing a home that's high. Yes, they are building a lot of apartments here. Yes, they do have new construction home that are buying the communities that you can rent. I didn't really tap on that much and pull it up, but they do have development that are all brand new homes that you can rent to as well, because a lot of the builders, I guess investors seen that the market for the rental market has went up so drastically that they end up buying whole communities for the rent out. But a lot of them homes are hard too as well, expensive too as well. $2,500, $3,000. because a lot of people have bigger families. So when you think about people that need 4 and 5 bedroom, 25 or 100 plus square foot for a house, you're looking at 3,000 plus a month. That's like purchasing a home, to be honest with you. Like I mentioned earlier, $2,800 to $2,900 is the median price for a rental. And it doesn't really make sense of why the rental price is so dang high here in Florida. I didn't break down other states, but I'm pretty sure some of the other states look like that too as well. Basically, it kind of makes sense what Zillow said. $2,500 is the median. We saw a lot of 21s. When you go down further south, we're hitting the 24s, 25s, 28s, $3,000 a month. That kind of breaks up the median. I didn't go too much far up north. I don't really work that area so much, like the Tallahassee, Panhandle area, Gainesville. Like a lot of people that I know always move down below, like below Ocala, even some Jacksonville and down lower. That a lot of people want to relocate because that's where majority of the jobs at. Just to be honest with you, the majority of the jobs are either in Miami, Tampa, or you have here in Orlando. There's some jobs there too in Jacksonville too, but I know a lot of people relocate here because of the influx of the job market that has grown here. So what do you guys think about this video? It's crazy and it's sad. There's another story with Disney, that Disney also had people relocate here from California to here, and stuff didn't pan out. And they're getting hit with the cost of living here with housing market and the rental market. So it's affecting everybody. It affects everybody in all different levels of income, not just the low level or medium class. It's affecting every single body because nobody want to pay them that high rent. But I hope you guys like this video. And like I said, we recap, but I'll always like to recap too. So basically, I told you a little bit about that I personally experienced this. We listened to the video of people around the United States that's dealing with paying over 30%, 40% of their annual income on just living. And we also broke down the different counties, the different counties and metro areas of the median rental price. So if you guys like this video, please share it to other people that's thinking about relocating here, so you just get an understanding of what the rental prices actually look like. And a lot of it depends on the area too, as well, you guys. Do you want to live in a less desirable area, or you want to live in a more modern area? And I say the prices are going to drastically change too as well. So hope you guys like this video. There's more to come. I like to be honest with you guys. The real estate transparency. I like to be real, raw, transparent. So you guys have a great day. Hit that like, subscribe button, also and share, and hit that bell so you can get notified for all the upcoming videos just like this. But I'm out. Peace, Mr. Right Choice.